Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is February 28th, 2024. And we now have more details about the shortfalls in Barcelona's budget. Also, it's reported that the club are currently tracking an Argentine wonderkid. And finally, Fabrizio Romano has confirmed the news that I brought to you several months ago that Barcelona are indeed interested in a Swedish attacker. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder that tonight is the Barca News live podcast at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where not only do I get to share Barcelona news with you amazing people, but I also get to read your comments out loud in the chat section, answering any questions, getting a discussion going, and interacting with all of you. Now, having said all of that, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All of this helps this channel continue to grow. Now, begin with the news that we now know more details about Barcelona's deficit, or the deficit in Barcelona's budget for this season. Now, as I reported before, the board of directors and Joan Laporta were very confident that Barcelona will be able to meet the budget that they forecasted last summer. Of course, Barcelona forecasted that they would have 859 million euros in revenue with 11 million euros in profit, which if this budget is met, it would be a huge step forward for Barcelona, because it would be the first time in several years that Barcelona would be reporting profits without the help of economic levers. Now, during the final seasons of the Josep Maria Bartomeu presidency, the club reported huge losses, and when Joan Laporta became president, the club did report profits at first, but it was thanks to the activation of economic levers. So if Barcelona do meet the budget that the club members approved, and they do achieve that 11 million euros in profit, it'd be the first time that the club will be achieving profits without the help of any economic levers. Now, this is important because if this does happen, it would mean that the darkest chapter in Barcelona's history as far as the financial side would be over, and it would be a huge step forward as far as achieving the 1-to-1 rule. Now, Barcelona have suffered a few setbacks in their goal to meet this forecasted budget. The first setback was that Barcelona did bring Vitor Roque ahead of his scheduled arrival in the summer. They also renewed the contract of Xavi Hernandez, giving Xavi and his staff a raise, and both of these caused Barcelona to spend 12 million euros additional to what they had initially forecasted. However, Barcelona do qualify to the quarterfinals by beating Napoli, then this extra expense will be covered and it would not affect the budget. Now, the second shortfall that Barcelona have had, or the second setback that Barcelona have suffered, is the decrease in ticketing, because even though Barcelona had initially anticipated that they would lose a lot of money from ticketing, given that they have moved from the Camp Nou to the Olympic Stadium, which has half the capacity of the Camp Nou, Barcelona also budgeted that there would be a decrease in attendance because Montjuic is at the top of a mountain where no private cars are allowed. So if you want to go to the stadium, you have to take public transportation all the way to the top of the mountain. Then you have to walk a very long distance to the stadium. So even though Barcelona had already budgeted for this decrease in ticketing, it looks like ticketing was much worse than what Barcelona had initially forecasted. And we now know the exact details of how much Barcelona are short. And it seems that Barcelona are behind, or are short 30 million euros in their budget thanks to this decrease in attendance in Montjuic. Now you ask, how are Barcelona going to cover for this 30 million euro shortfall? Well, one way is the merchandising, because it seems that Barcelona's merchandise is selling a lot more than what they had initially forecasted. So that surplus from merchandising will help cover the 30 million euro shortfall from ticketing. Also, Barcelona are expecting an increase in stadium attendance and visits to the Barcelona Museum as the warmer months are right around the corner, and that's when there's an influx of tourists that arrive in the city of Barcelona. Also, Barcelona are not ruling out playing a friendly match to help cover that deficit. You know, Barcelona did that during right before the Christmas break when they traveled to Dallas, where they played a friendly match against the Mexican side Club America. So Barcelona not ruling out another friendly match. And finally, Barcelona could end up signing more sponsors. Of course, this is something that Joan Laporta and his board are very good at, where Barcelona have set a record signing 28 new sponsor. So despite Barcelona having two setbacks in their budget, first 12 million euros on Xavi and Vitor Roque, and then 30 million euros from the decrease of attendance in Montjuic, the board of directors are still very confident that they will be able to cover for those deficits, and that Barcelona will meet their projected budget, again 859 euros in revenue with 11 million euros in profit for the first time in many years, without the help of any economic levers. And speaking of the Spotify Camp Nou, Barcelona are reporting that Limac, which is the Turkish company in charge of renovating the Spotify Camp Nou, is currently meeting all the deadlines, which means that Barcelona are expecting the stadium to reopen right on time. Now, as you can see in the image on your screen, the Spotify Camp Nou, is currently still under construction, of course. The demolition phase is over. As you can see, only the first and the second levels remain. This is exactly what the Spotify Camp Nou looked like when it first opened in 1957. And of course, the third level was demolished in order to open room for the new third level, which, as you can see in the image, it's starting to rise up above ground. So it seems that everything is right on schedule, and Barcelona are expected to be back in the Spotify Camp Nou in November of this year, November 2024, in order to celebrate the 125th year anniversary of the club on November 29, which is, as I've shared many times before, that's the same day as my birthday, which is a huge honor that I get to share my birthday with what is the greatest club on earth. Now on to the news that Barcelona are still tracking and are still heavily interested in the Argentine wonder kid, Franco Mastantuono. Now, I hope I said that correctly, but just so I don't butcher his name again, I will just call him Franco. But if you haven't heard about Franco, he is a 16-year-old attacking midfielder who currently plays for River Plate in Argentina. In fact, he became the youngest player in the history of River Plate to play in a Super Clásico against Boca Juniors. And his rapid explosion in Argentine football has definitely caught the attention of Barcelona. And Barcelona have been tracking him for quite some time, with the club scouts reportedly generating some very detailed reports right now in order for the club to make a final decision whether they will try to sign the Argentine wonder kid or not. Now, it's reported that the Argentine has caught the attention of other clubs, more specifically Manchester United, who are also very interested in signing him. And Mastantuono does have a contract until 2025, so it means that Barcelona could make a move for him during this summer. And it's reported that he does have a release clause worth 30 million euros, with that release clause increasing to 35 million euros during the final 10 days of each transfer market. And speaking of young and promising players, Fabrizio Romano has confirmed a news that I broke to you several months ago. I think it was back in November, but that news was that Barcelona are very interested in signing the 18-year-old Swedish attacker Rooney Bargi. Now, Rooney Bargi was initially born in Kuwait, but he does have Swedish nationality. He currently plays in the Danish league as a center forward. He can also play on the right wing and as an attacking midfielder. And Barcelona have been tracking Bargi for quite some time, with Barcelona scouts being spotted in several matches watching Rooney Bargi's from the stands. Now, Rooney Bargi's first came into the spotlight during, I think it was November, in the match against Manchester United, with Rooney Bargi scoring a goal. Now, during this year, he hasn't played a single match with his current club, but it's reported that the reason for that is that he is refusing to extend his contract, and as a result, his club are currently sidelining him, kind of as a punishment or to see if they can force his hand to try to sign his contract extension. Now, Rooney Bargi's contract does expire in the summer of 2025, so that means that if he doesn't extend his contract, which is not looking like he will, this summer his current club will have to sell him, otherwise he will walk free as a free agent the following summer. So it's reported that Barcelona could be making a move for Rooney Bargi, again, an 18-year-old Swedish wonder kid who plays as an attacker in the Danish league. So that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I would like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. And finally, I would like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you can stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. And as always, Visca Barça.